All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I have my son with me, and he is playing as the orange player in this two-player game. I'm gonna go first, but that means that he gets to pick which spot he wants to start in. He does not know the rules of the game, so I'm gonna explain the rules to him while you're watching this video, and we can go through it together. So the object of the game is simply to score points. The points are here. And inside of here are 140 points, as you can see up there on top of the board. Once they're all gone, the game ends. Okay? Since I'm going first, if I'm the last one to take them, you would get to finish your turn, and there's extra coins off the map that we can just take from if you need to. Whoever has the most points wins. But you do get points at the end of the game for various things. So don't think you're losing just because I have more than you at the start or when the game ends. The next thing is you can see that we have all these spots on the board. We're going to start on a spot. There are two spots to choose from. You're going to get to pick which one you want to start on, this one or that one. Okay? The only difference between them is this one says that you can build a farm or a castle for one cost less. I haven't explained how you do that yet, but it'll cost one less. And of course, you'll have better access to get into England and conquer or whatever you need to do there. And then of course down here has a different starting setup, okay? There are three types of enemies in this game. This is a Crusaders game, as you can see, Europe 1096. The designer said it's not meant to be historically accurate, but the types of enemies are. And so there's three types of enemies in this game. There are the Prussians, which are the gray discs. You see that up there? That's the gray discs. And right now it's on the 3, which means they have 3 strength. And I know it looks like it, but it's facing the ground. Your pretty mug is not in the picture. The Slavs are on 3. That's the gold disc. Okay. And then the Saracens are these brown discs, and they always have 6 strength, and you can see that right up there on the corner of the board. See how it always has a 6 next to the Slavs, or I'm sorry, the Saracens. Okay. Now, I know I haven't explained any of the actions and what they do, but the first thing is the Prussians have 3 strength right now. So if you were to fight one of these, it's going to have a strength of 3 that you need to overcome. And if you defeat them, you're just going to get 3 points from the pool. Okay? But after you defeat them, they move up on the strength track, and they'll have 4 strength. And then, of course, after you defeat them at 4 strength, you get 4 points from the pool. So it just keeps going up and up and up. The Saracens, however, are always at 6 strength, no matter what. And when you defeat a Saracen, you either get the bonus that's imprinted on the tile, so this means you get to unlock a troop. This means you get to build a church, but it's in that spot. That is where you would build the church. Or, as a choice, you could choose not to take this bonus and instead just take 3 victory points. Okay? Your actions, this is like a Mancala wheel. So what you get to do is you pick one of these wedges as your action. And the wedges right now are simple wedges, meaning that there's only one action per wedge. But at the bottom, it tells you what you get if you upgrade the wedge. Okay? So I happen to have an upgraded wedge on my player board because my starting faction that I chose let me do that as part of the setup. I also happen to have a third action here, or point, if you will. That's also because of my starting faction. So I got both of those, and then that's it. So basically, I don't get any actual bonus during the game, other than there's 13 of these golden tokens. I don't get any actual bonus during the game, but I got 13 gold tokens, and I got to upgrade one of these for free before the game even started. So it's all just pre-game bonuses for me. When you pick yours, we'll go over those, but you may have like an in-game bonus or something. Okay, all of your actions are done here. And so, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just start with, for example, influence. We'll start with the top one and we'll go clockwise. Influence is simply score victory points. That's all it is. Okay, how many victory points do you score? You count the number of gold tokens on it. Well, let me back up. When it's your turn, you get to do one of two things. You can do one of these actions, which is what I was just starting to explain, or you can upgrade one. So if I were to upgrade this one, I would just take my tokens off, flip this over, and then put my tokens back on, and then I'm done. You do have the option to spread the tokens when you do that, but I haven't explained what spread the tokens means, but I'll do that right now. So let's say I did this influence action. I would get 2 influence points because I have 2 tokens on here. Then what I'm required to do is in clockwise order, I have to put 1 and then 1, like that. So now I'm going to have 3 here and none there. But if I do this one, I then get to do 1, 1, and 1. You see how that goes? When you do that upgrade action I was talking about, you get the option to spread them around like that. I'm sure there's an actual technical term, but spread them around works for me. So this is, remember we have that game Gold West, has a similar type of mechanic. So if I do this influence action, it won't have any of these on at all, and then I put more on in the other spots. So that's part of the game, is you have to plan your wheel, okay? Now, influence can be influenced by, for example, if you see here this church, if I were to build this church, it has an influence picture on it. And then below it, it says +1 influence. So if this church was on the board and I do an influence action, I always get +1 added to. So you would treat it like you had 3 of them here. Does that make sense? So, so the churches give you those bonuses. And this third church, you might be wondering, well, why does that have 2 pictures? That's because you get 2 bonuses. You get an influence and a travel bonus when you build your third church. Now, the fourth church is just flat out, you get 6 victory points for doing that. And that's more of like an end game thing, but you do get it. Okay, moving on. Travel. Travel is exactly as you would expect. This would give me 2 travel points. And if I have my knight on the board, 2 travel points means I can go 1, 2. You're always, now how many travel points does it cost? You always look at where you're at. So this is there's no enemies here, so it only costs me 1 to move. So there's no enemies here, so it only costs me 1 to move. There is an enemy here, so it would cost me 2 to move from that spot. If I somehow happen to have 2 of them on here, and I have 2 travel points, I can divide them up. I can say 1 and 1. I can divide it up however I want, okay? So that's how travel works. Very straightforward. You have 2 of those. Now I happen to upgrade my travel, and so this is an upgraded tile where it says travel and crusade. So when I spend these 2 tokens, I can put both of them in crusade, I can put both of them in travel, or I could split them in between. It's my choice. I could do this, it's basically this action could be either or both, okay? Build, you spend, let me back up. Travel gets bonuses as you saw from the third church. You also get a travel bonus from your castles there, as you can see. The second castle gives you a +1 travel. All right. The build action. This would give me 3 points towards a build action, and the build action cost is that gray number written underneath every building. So your level 1 castle has a build action, a cost of 3. You have to equal it or have more than it to build something. Obviously, if I want to build a level 4 castle, I need 6 build. Do you see that? Okay, the banks at the bottom give you a +1 build. So every time you have a bank on the board, you get +1 to your build action. So that's going to help you to build those higher level buildings. The crusade is how you do battle. Remember how I told you those Prussians have a strength of 3, and the Slavics have a strength of 3? So let's say I'm here and I want to do a crusade against these Prussians. I would play my crusade. I have 2 strength on the crusade. That's actually not enough to beat them. I need 3. So I'd have to figure out how to get 1 more token on here before I could defeat them. There's no penalty for not defeating them other than it's a stupid action, right? You just wasted your action. But nothing happens until you actually do defeat them, okay? And like I said, you get +1 to your crusade from one of these castles upgrades will give you +1, but then your troops. So you have these troops along the top, and when you unlock those, they have a crusade point on them. So every troop will give you a point towards your crusade strength. And then that brings us to the last one, which is muster. And what muster is that's letting you get troops. So the muster cost are these little numbers here on your troops. So the level 1 troop costs 3 muster points. And if you have 3 points of mustering, you can then flip this over, and now you have +1 to your crusade value. I don't think you lose them once you unlock them. It's just like anything else. The muster value does get increased by farms. So if you look at your farms there, they add +1 to your muster. Okay, so end game. I explained that whoever kills the most Prussians will get to take the most Prussian kills tile, right? Which looks like it's 5 points, right? And so we're going to do that with each of the enemy types. But you also have your level 4 buildings here. Your level 4 bank gives you 4 victory points for every level 4 building you have, including itself. The level 4 farm gives you a victory point for every knight and troop. The troops are the 5 things along the top, and the knights are the 3 things you have here. Okay, so you would get a victory point for each one of those. The church is just a straight up 6 victory points. And then the level 4 castle is 4 victory points for every set of enemies. Every set means 1 Saracen, 1 Prussian, 1 Slav. Okay? So after you defeat them, you just keep a pool of them. So at the end of the game, you can see how you did. That's all the rules of the game. It's not that bad, is it? All right, so did you pick who you want to be?
Probably going to be this dude.
Show it to the camera. So that is the Holy Sepulchre. So what does your startup bonus say?
During setup, place 1 additional action token in each of your travel wedges. Travel wedges. Oh, probably won't do that one then. That was for everyone.
Yeah, that one I think is just, they can move a lot, right? Because you can put 1 in each of your travel wedges, and then you get -1 to your travel.
Yeah. Actually, I'll do Santiago instead.
Okay, Santiago. Upgrade 1 action wedge of your choice during setup, and then when distributing action tokens, you may begin with your original wedge. Okay, you know what that means, right?
Yeah, so, if I use muster, I can actually start on muster.
Yes, you got it, you got it, you got it. Yep, perfect. All right, so I'm going to set these victory points over here. I'm going to try to get as much of this in play as I can. So I'm moving my player board. I am going to go first just because you guys usually want me to go first since I know the rules. But that means, though, you have to pick where you want to start. So where would you like to start? There's only 2 places, so don't over AP it.
Give me 10 minutes.
Okay, so you'll start there, and I will start here. Okay, so I'm going to go first, and I'm going to do a build action, since I have 3 here. That's what I was able to add 1 extra and then upgrade 1 wedge. So I will do a build action. I have 3 points of build, and lo and behold, I can build a bank for 3. Actually, I think I get to see where I'm starting before I would. So for example, I'm starting on a place that the banks cost 1 less, so I didn't need to do that. So I would put it maybe on muster. No. Yeah, my son doesn't like it. I always over AP things. So anyways, I'm going to do my build. Because that costs 1 less, I can build my bank. That's what I wanted to do. So bank's on the board, and I then have to take this and distribute it 1 and 1 like so. That's my whole turn. And my bank had a -1 discount because of this. So go ahead, Josh.
I can't build anything because I don't have 3 build.
You can, because you get a -1 to castles and farm. Okay. So you could build, but you're going to be restricted to one of those two, right?
Yes.
Yes, you would.
Sure, we'll do build, and we'll do a farm.
Yeah, good choice. All right, so then he's distributing along. You had the option to put one on build, and that's what he did. Whereas I did not. I had to distribute the next 2. His special ability is he could actually start his distribution on the farm and then continue around. Or on the build, I mean, and that's what he did. Okay, so it's back to me, and I'm going to... Boy, this is tough. But I'm going to... I'm going to travel. And I have 2 points of travel. And I'm just going to go 1, 2, like so. Go ahead.
I'm going to travel as well. So 1, 2, and we will go up to Scotland.
One thing I forgot. People watching the video are probably going to be screaming at us. When you build, you get victory points equal to the build level. So I built a level 1, so I have 1 victory point. And so do you. And since my, I'm going to put it inside of there because this is harder to see. Okay, so we both have a victory point. All right, and it's back to me, and I'm going to muster. Yeah, I'm going to muster. So I have 3 points in muster. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And the 3 points in muster will let me unlock the level 1 troop. And of course, Josh, don't let me forget ever, is I get a victory point for that. Because it's a level 1.
I'm actually going to build again, so I'm going to leave 1 on the build and 1 on the crusade. I'm going to build that, a bank.
Yeah, because you had 2 points on the build, and you had a -1 discount there.
Yep.
Now, just so you understand, I don't want you to be mad at me later, if you would have built a castle there, you actually would have gotten an extra victory point. But you just get 1 for the bank, so no worries there. And you know the bank's going to always give you +1 from here on out, right?
Yes.
Okay, so so now it gets to me, and I'm going to do a build. I only have 1 token on the build, but I get +1 for the bank, and I get -1 for this spot, so that's a church.
Oh.
So I will build a church there, and I'm going to get 2 influence, 1 for the spot, and then 1 for this. This gives me a +1, and then 1 because it's a level 1 church. What's up?
I forgot my hero upgrade 1 action wedge of your choice during setup.
Oh yeah,
So
so
I
go
could
ahead.
have upgraded one of these, which I want an extra build. So, gonna do this one.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So he's just realizing he was supposed to upgrade one of his wedges. I'm done. I have 4 victory points right now. I don't know if it was smart doing this, I mean, I don't know what the right strategy is, but
Well,
anyways.
right now I have everything on Crusade, which I'm nowhere close to something that can Crusade.
So you better travel then, right?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna do muster, so we'll do that.
Right, and since you have a farm,
Yeah,
That
I
lets
have
you-
3 muster, so
yeah.
I can do that.
and so you do get you always get victory points no matter what you do. So every action scores points for you. Okay, so I happen to have this one here is 3 influence, and I have a church now for 4. So I'm going to just go 1, 2, 3 and get 4 influence. So I'm going to take a 5 and give some change. And I'm going to start keeping these separate, Josh, because they're hard to find, those 1.1s.
Okay, you done?
Yeah.
I'm gonna travel, so 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3
Okay.
into Lorraine.
All right. I need to travel, but I need to go 3 spaces. So I'm going to do this action here. So this is craziness, Josh. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 tokens on here. Okay. So what you're going to see, I'm going to do 3 of the tokens to travel because this is my upgraded tile. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 to there. And this is a strength 3 area. And I have 3 strength in my crusade because crusade's the other action. So I just defeated the Slav, and then it's a strength 3. So I move this up to 4 now, but I collect 3 from here. So I'm going to take 2 of the cheaper ones and grab a 5. So, and in doing so, I now have to spread all this around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back for 6. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna do this switch to attack this Slav.
Yep.
So I have 1 crusade right there.
Yeah, that counts as 1.
So then I can use 3 plus 1 to
Yeah,
get
that
4.
gets you 4. Yep.
So
And then you have 3 points you can use towards your other action, right? Because isn't that your upgraded tile?
yeah, but I can't build here.
Yes, you can.
You can?
Yeah, because once you defeat this, then you can build.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll do a church then.
Yeah, because that cost you 3 points, and you had 3 points left, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's do one thing at a time first. You defeated the Slav, so you get 4 points. Yeah, can you, just because it's easier to find them. All right, and then the next thing you did was you built the church. So you get, it was a level 1 church, so you get 1 point for that.
1 point.
Yep. All right. I think this far into the game, the rules for this is pretty simple. Yet it's still a pretty fun game. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, so continuing on, it's to me. I would like to build. I do have a bank, so that helps. So I'm going to. I'm going to build in my current spot. I have 2 points for my build, but I have a bank that gives me a 3rd point. And the one I'm going to build is a castle right here at Corsica. And that, of course, unlocks another knight. And I get 1 point for that.
What is this?
That's a Slav. I just was lazy and didn't put its sticker side up. And then the gray ones are the Prussians. And then the brown ones are the Saracens, if that's what you were wondering.
So, all of these?
Yeah, those are the Saracens.
Okay.
And those are all 6 strength.
Then they don't go up.
They don't go up. They're always 6. And when you defeat them, you get... So this lets you build... That'll build a bank for you when you defeat them. You get to put a bank there for free. Now, if you don't want to put a bank there, then you can just choose, see how the little symbol on the board? You can just choose 3 victory points instead.
Oh, wait, remind me what influence does again?
Straight up victory points.
Oh,
So you have 4 tokens there, you would get 4 victory points.
I'm gonna travel. Just use that one to go there.
Okay. All right. I'm also going to travel. I have 3 points here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And this one's going to travel 1 space to there and 1 space to there. And I'm going to just forfeit the other one.
Alright. I'm gonna build. So 1, 2. Actually, yeah, we're gonna go like that. 1, 2, 3. And this gives me a 4th one. So actually, no, that costs 5, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. The cost goes up.
Well then,
Well, hold on. How many points did you have on the build action?
3.
3. And then you get a 4th one because of your bank, right?
4th one, and then the
And
5th one.
that's the 5th one,
Right
yep.
there. Bam.
All right. So now you get 2 victory points because it's a level 2 bank. Okay. So I'm going to do the Crusade action. And here's what's crazy. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points on my Crusade. And I have 1 point here for 8. So I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm 1 short. I'm 1 short. I was going to kill 2 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that would be 6, and then I would only have 2 left for the other one. Oh, I'm not going to do that then yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this Crusade action here, and move these 1 and 1, and just kill the Prussian for 3 points. And I'm sitting at 15 points right now.
I'll just do.
Oh, yeah, you moved the Prussian up. Thank you.
I'll just do influence.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 victory points.
Okay, it's back to me, and I'm in a situation where I'm getting too many in one spot, but I'm going to make it even worse because I'm going to do a build and get a farm in this location because that was 2. That's the only thing I can afford there, but I do get 1 victory point for that.
Is there a way to get more of these golden tokens?
No.
No. Okay.
I have a crazy situation. Look at that. I got 3. Ugh. I need to travel. So I think I'm going to muster.
Oh wait, we're gonna travel. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're gonna go 1, 2, 3.
That's actually 4.
4, yeah, because I'm moving, or because I moved from there.
Yes. So, but you had enough, so that's no worries. Okay. So now it's to me, and I'm going to muster. I have 3 points in muster, and then 1 point because of the farm. So, oh, hold on. I need 5 points, don't I? All right, fine. I will stop trying to be perfect. Or no, I am going to keep trying to be perfect. I'm going to upgrade this action. And it's your turn.
I'm gonna use this build action. So that is 4 build points. Then this from my 2 banks is a 5th and a 6th.
Yes.
And then from here, that is a 7th. So I'm gonna build another bank. Or do I have to destroy?
You have to conquer him first.
I have to conquer him first.
Yeah, you know, no building while there's enemies in your territory.
Fine. I'm gonna muster then.
All right.
4 points for 4 of that.
And don't forget your 2 victory points.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. All right, so now I'm doing my craziness. I'm going to do this dual action here, and I'm going to crusade against that Saracen there. So I do get +1 point from this, so I need to get 5 points off of here for the crusade. Then you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this bank is a 5th for my build. So I can build a level 2 bank somewhere, but I have nowhere to build it. Hold on a second. Let me make sure. So with this crusade, I would get a free castle for defeating this, or I could just take 3 victory points. So because of the nature of the fact that I have 5 points towards a build, I'm going to not take the castle. I'm going to take the 3 victory points instead, and then use this to build my level 2 bank there. And yes, I will take 3 victory points from here.
I am just gonna upgrade one of my tiles.
Okay, and I know I may not have explained it well, but you could Mancala that. So you could like spread it around if you want.
Oh, I could.
Yeah. After you do the upgrade.
Oh, I hear that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do this tile. So I'm gonna keep one there, and one there.
Yep. Oh, and I forgot to do mine. So 1, 1, 1.
No.
I'm definitely going to do a muster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually have 6 muster points. But the rules say you have to do it in order. So even though I have 6 muster points, I can't like jump all the way to tile 4. It doesn't allow you to do that. But I will get my second one out. And I think I forgot to take my 2 victory points for this and 2 victory points for that. So I'm just going to take a 5 and give back a 1.
I'm just gonna do this 1 influence. So I get 1 influence, and I'll just move it on to that.
Hold on, you got a church, so that gives you 2.
2 influence. Okay.
Okay. All right, so now I finally got some good travel points, but now I don't have good fighting points. But I will do a travel. This one is 3, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 for the travel, and this one will go 2, and this one will go 1.
Okay. I'm going to crusade my spot. So that is 2 plus 2 more is 4.
Yep.
So that goes up, and I take him out. And then I'm going to build these 4. So 4, and then 5, 6, 7. That is another bank. And I get a victory point for building that, right?
Yes. All right, so stop for a second. You got 4 points for the Prussian, and then you get 3 points for the bank, and then you get the bonus point. So that should be 7 points. It's 8 points.
Okay. So
You just took 1.
I'm gonna take them back. Do quick maths.
Remember, everything you did scores points. So
Oh, wait, 8 points?
yeah, so go with me here. What strength was your Prussian? 4, right?
Yeah.
So that's 4 points for the Prussian.
4,
Okay. Then 3 points because you built a level 3 bank. So
5,
that's
6,
7. And then you get +1 bonus because of your spot.
Okay.
So you get 8 points.
Okay, so this is 1, and then 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm so busy thinking about the video, I keep forgetting to take my points. I guarantee you, and I apologize to my viewers if you're screaming into the screen, I probably forgot to take some points that I earned. And you probably have too. But
Yeah.
that's okay. I'm just enjoying the game and showing everybody the rules.
Well, if you're supposed to get points every single turn, I definitely haven't gotten that.
Well, you don't get points if you move,
Oh,
right? Moving
Yeah.
doesn't score you. So that's the reason why I think the travel tiles are the ones you want to upgrade first, because then you can move and score points, right? Because the whole point of this game is you want to maximize your point scoring. This is just building, this is an engine building game at its core. And if you're traveling, you're not scoring points. But if you upgrade your travel, then you're scoring points and traveling, and now you're maximizing your turn. All right, so there you go, folks. I just gave you the secret to the game. You don't have to buy it. It's all over. Okay, it's back to me. I would love to take out those Slavs, but they're 5 strength each, and I don't have 5 strength. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this influence here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the church makes it 5. So I'm just going to do an influence action, and that'll help get some points down here. And I just get 5 points for that. It's your turn. I do like this game. I was a little nervous when I backed it, but it's pretty good. It's not even anywhere close to what I was thinking it was going to be, but it's still fun.
I'm going to travel, so 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. Well, 1.
That's just 1.
I can go somewhere else. I want
Okay.
to.
All right. Are you done?
Yeah, I might want to move, but I don't know.
Well, you have the movement points if you do.
Sure, we'll go there.
Okay. All right, so I want to take one of these out. I do have 2 crusade points, and then 4 and 4. So I am going to take out... I'll do this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that was 4 points plus 2 is 6. So I only needed 5 to defeat him. So technically I have 1 travel point, but I'm not going to use it. So I defeated the Slav. So I'm going to get 5 points for that. And now that's another 10. And that's my whole action. I'm not going to move.
Alright, I'm gonna upgrade one of my tiles right here. And then I'll keep one on it and move those 2 there.
Jeez, your brother. Can you go tell him? Okay, so it's my turn.
You need to shut up.
Um,
You need to shut up.
I think I want to do I'm going to do a build action. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 build. And then I have 2 more for 7. So I basically can build anything I want. And I'm going to go ahead and, since it is 7 points, I'm going to build the 3rd bank. Like so. It's your turn.
I'm going to do this spot, so just influence. So I get 3, and there, 1, 2, 3. So,
Hold on. Yes, that's 3 influence. You're right about that, but you keep forgetting something else. What are you forgetting?
I can build.
No. Your church.
4, 5 influence.
Yeah, there you go. Your bank gives you 1 and your church gives you 1. So you actually have 5 points. Good job. Okay, to me, I'm going to do crusade and build. So I need to take 4 of these out. because my crusade costs 6. So this is 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to have 2, 3, 4, 5 for a build. Oh, I forgot. See, I'm so busy harping on you. I forgot my 3 points for building. See? We're all guilty. Okay, so I did defeat this for 6 points. So I'm going to take the 6 points right now. And then I'm building for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is basically anything I want. I'm going to take, I don't know what I'm going to take. That's how crazy this is. But I think I'm going to build the castle. Yes, I'll build the castle. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, and then let's not forget my 2 points for that.
I am going to Crusade, so that's 3, 4, 5 to destroy them. So, and then after that, I'm going to build. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that minuses 1, so I can build.
Your farm.
Yes.
Technically, it minuses 2. Do you see why?
Yeah, because of that.
2.
Oh, because that one and that one.
Yes, they're both cumulative.
No, we're gonna do the influence, or we're gonna do a church instead.
Okay. All right, you had enough points for the church?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
That costs 4.
Yep.
So
Okay. Now, who did you beat in the Crusade? What?
one of these. So 5, 6, 7, 6, 7. Yeah.
Well, where are you getting the 6, 7?
For because I built a church, and that's 2
Oh, you're
points.
counting your points. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So 7 points. Yep. Okay. So now it's to me, and I have a lot of choices. One of them I want to do is travel, because I need to get my knights off of my territory. So I'm gonna. Should I upgrade? I probably should have, but I'm just gonna travel. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I built another. No, never mind. So I get to travel. So I'm gonna go 1, 2. Let's try that.
You done?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to muster, so that's 4 and 5 right here. So I can flip over that.
Yep. And then you get 3 points.
3 points.
Okay. Now it's to me. I have I can do an influence here for 3, so that would be 3, and then I get another influence for 4 and another influence for 5. So that's just a 5 point, and I'll take a 5 and grab a 10. Go ahead.
I'm going to gain influence. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
So.
So here is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that would be 2 more for 6. So I'm going to do a crusade, and I'm going to crusade this spot here and take the free bank. So my bank is going to go out, and so I'm going to get 4 victory points for the bank. And put in 5, and then this goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead, Josh.
I'm going to travel. So 1, 2, 3. What do I want? No, never mind. Do I have enough
enough though.
I can't believe I let this game sit for as long as it did without reading the rules. I mean, this was a
Actually, I'm gonna
pretty
upgrade my
straightforward
tile,
game. No problem.
and I'll do that.
Okay. And he upgraded his tile. So back to me now. I would like to do this, but I can't. I would like to do this, but I can't. This build action is actually a very troublesome action when you are sitting on a spot that already has a building. The muster action works, or I can upgrade the build action. That also would work. But I'm going to muster. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for the muster, and then I get +1 for the farm for 5, and that's all I need to upgrade this. And then I get 3 points, and I'll put 2 in and take a 5.
I'm going to do this square, so travel and crusade. So I'm going to use 1 to travel here, and then the 3 plus 1, 2, 3 is 6, and that's 6.
Yep.
So that dude is down.
And you get 6 victory points for that. All right, well done. Okay, so to me, I will...
So is the end of the game when all these are gone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the game's almost ended, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's not like... I'm looking at the board and thinking, we have so much more to conquer. We're not going to get even half of that, or even a quarter of it, I don't think. So my situation is I'm stuck. I want to build, but I'm on spots where I can't build. I want to crusade, but I don't have this crusade points. Well, actually, yeah, I do now. I have 3 here and 3 here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to crusade this spot right here. And that is going to cost me 6, but I have it. And so then now my choice is, do I want to build a church, which I get to do for free, or do I want to take the 3 victory points? The church would only give me 2 victory points, but I'm going to do the church, and here's why. I get 2 victory points because it's level 2 church, but look at this, I get 2 more, so I get 4. So 4 victory points for that. And I got to move this 1, 2, 3 around. All right, go ahead, Josh.
Oh, wait, I'm going to activate this square. So I'm going to build a church here. And I have 1, 2, 3 build, and 4, 5. So this church is built. And then I can do influence with my 1 other token. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so 5 for the influence
And then 3 for the build.
for the church, and then 1 more because of the bonus on the board.
So 9.
You just want the game to end, don't you?
No, I just want to beat you.
Punk. He's a punk. Okay, so now looking at my actions, this one is still a thorn in my side. In the future, I may upgrade this one. Travel is definitely something I want to do. So it would be nice if I could travel and do something else, but I can't. So I'm going to go ahead and travel for 1, 2, 3. And I will go 1, 2. Like so. Okay. Go ahead, Josh.
I'm just going to use this 1 token to travel.
All right. So it's to me, I still have... I probably should have moved somewhere where I could actually build. If I was smart, I would have done that. But I need to... That Prussian is 7. So I only have 2, 3, 4, 5. I would need 2 more. So this build action, of course, has all my stuff. And I'm going to upgrade my build action, in fact. That's what I'm going to do. So unfortunately, that's my whole turn. Go ahead.
Oh, wait, I'm going to crusade and build. So,
Oh, I forgot to tell you, when you upgrade, You can distribute your tokens from any wedge, not just the one you upgraded.
Oh.
So anyways, you and I both were playing that without that, but just want you to know, it even says it right here on the board. But go ahead. Sorry if you misunderstood or if I explained that.
It's you may distribute all action tokens from any one wedge. It's not
Right, not the one you upgraded. It doesn't have to be the one you upgraded.
Oh,
That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Oh.
I think maybe you misunderstood that, right?
so Crusade 3 plus 3 is 6. So I destroy one of these people's.
Yeah, so now you have a choice. You can get a free castle, because that's what's written on the Saracen, or you can just take 3 victory points.
3 victory points.
He's always trying to win.
And then I have 2 build points. I don't have enough, do I?
You can build a castle.
2, 3, 4, 5.
That's enough for a castle. Or a church,
I
right?
think I want a castle, Punk.
You're gonna get what you're told.
Okay, we'll do a farm.
Well, good, because you just got another victory point for that.
Yeah.
And then 2 more for the farm.
And don't I get 6 because of that? Or
No. You took the 3, remember?
Oh, yeah.
He's greedy.
Yeah, 3.
Okay,
Get it.
so now this action has become a build or an influence. So I'm going to do influence for 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. That's 9 influence. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So we get 9 influence. And I think that's going to be almost everything in the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And did I just take the last one?
Yeah.
All right, I just triggered the end game. So you get 1 turn and it's over. Let me make sure. I'm going to double check the rules, but I'm pretty sure that's it. So the thing I'm learning is that it's really hard to get to the 4th level building. So it's your turn, and this is it, your last turn. Make it count.
I'm just gonna do my influence action then. 1, 2, 3. So that was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 points. All right, so I have some stuff off the side here, so I'm just gonna grab 7. That's an important part. Even though we used up all of these, you still get to use the extra. Okay, so first thing we do is, if you want, we can count what we have now and then do endgame scoring, or do you want to do the endgame scoring first and then we'll count?
We'll do endgame scoring.
All right, so first things up is Saracens. Who killed the most Saracens? I have 3.
I have 1.
All right, the fact that you have 1 allows you to at least get 2nd place for 2. And I scored 5. Next up is the Prussians. These are the gray ones. I have 1.
3.
So you get the 5 and I get the 2. So far that balanced out. Last one are the Slavs, and I have 3.
1.
So I get 5 and you get 2. Okay? And don't flip those over, because if you flip them over, they tell you what you get if it's a tie. So one side, for example, says 5, the other side says 3. So be careful when you're grabbing those. You don't want to have the wrong side up. Okay, and then for me, I unlocked 1 tier 4 building. That gives me 4 points for every tier 4 building, but that's the only one I had. So I do get 4 points for that. So I'm gonna put in the 1 away, and I'm grabbing a 5. And do you have any? No, you don't. And that's it. As far as endgame scoring goes. It would have been nice if I hadn't got the castle. I would have gotten, well, I actually only had 1 set. But anyways, now you just count up your points and then see who wins. So let's figure out what we got here. I do like the metal coins. I'm not sure I'm a fan of the shape, and they're sort of hard to read. Not that I can't read them, but you know what I mean. $73.
88.
Oh, he beats me all the time. Well done.
I needed one more build, and I would have built this church instead of the town right here. And that would have got me 10 victory points, because 4 for building it, and another 6, because it's a level 4 building.
Yeah, I think, so here's my lesson learned from the game. Obviously, maximizing your actions, those upgraded tiles so you can do 2 actions instead of 1 is brilliant. Because I saw you at several times, you scored like 9 points for one and then like got 6 points for the other one, right? You were able to do 2 things at once.
Well, you don't really think about it much, but having you have the tile, but then your secondary action is influence. You can, do your main action that you want to do, and then any extra over, even if it's just 1, your influence, or that gives you 1, and then if you have any bonuses on your board,
Right.
you get all the influence for that.
So what you did then, and your advice for people who play, is that secondary thing was just influence, and you only had 1 token for influence, but you focused on your farms, which then allowed you to add 3 more influence, and then your level 3 bank added a 4th influence, right?
Churches, but yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, churches, yeah. So the churches gave you extra influence, and then the bank gave you extra influence, and so all of that together turned that 1 little token into 5 points. That was pretty sweet. So here's my lesson. I did, I think, a very smart thing getting 2 knights on the board. My problem was I marched them both this way, so they were both sitting on enemies, and every time I did a crusade, I had to kill 2 of them if I wanted to maximize my score. What I should have done is at the start of the game, marched this way and started conquering. And then with my other army, once I get it, I move it to these blank spots. And those blank spots allow me to use my build actions, and I can just put stuff there anytime I needed to do a build action. And so I'm conquering with one army and I'm building with the other. That's the thing I think I needed to do. So that's my lesson learned. I did like my starting faction. I liked having the extra action token. And the free upgrade before the game started is pretty slick. I did like that. So anyways, I had fun. I thought this was a fun game. I'm definitely going to play this again. I would classify this as definitely a medium to light game in terms of complexity. I think if you have somebody who's only ever played Monopoly, this game would give them fits. The Mancala board. I mean, my God, you're going to sit there all night just explaining to them how this Mancala board thing works. But I think, though, as far as Euro games and any other game in our collection goes, this is falling to the lighter medium side. What do you think, Josh?
I think it's a pretty easy game. Just when you get to know the rules, it's just repeated. You do an action, I do an action. It's like, and then on your turn, you can only do 1 of 6 things, and it's all on your board, and you have to have eyes. If you don't have eyes, I'm sorry, but you just have you have eyes, and then you can look and see what you have to do.
Compared to the other games I own, is this really complex or really easy?
Oh, no, it's a very easy game.
Yeah. Now, is it easy to win though? Only when you're playing your old man, right?
Yes.
Beyond that, it's not easy. All right, well, thank you very much. I really appreciate you helping us out, and I hope this helped folks who are interested in the game. Thanks for watching, and stay awesome.